Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I am tired. I did not sleep well last night. Every once in a while when I sleep, my lower back gets irritated, and I have my lower back. Any of you who've ever experienced it, if your lower back locks up, you have to jump out of bed real quick and stand up straight to straighten it out. It's one of the worst feelings in the world, and I felt that last night while I was asleep, and I was almost scared to fall back asleep, because what can happen is you turn the wrong way, and all of a sudden your back locks up, and it's like the worst feeling in the world. Okay, check it out. Dark Defender. We hadn't heard from him in a while. It's been a long time since XRP's been consolidating between 66 and 39 cents. On the weekly time frame, RSI, then he goes on, supports are 52 and 46. We are having a deja vu of 2017 by standing weeks in front of XRP bull run. If a similar run is in place, 1822 NFA fib level of 361% is expected to the upper target level of wave 3. It will be great to see all these will come through. Boy, can you imagine an $18 XRP? That'd be something. These poor people are struggling. These are people who are, I guess, they just can't bring themselves to just say it out loud that Trump is the only way for crypto. They're having such a struggle.
I think at the end of the day, the Crypto for Harris group is really kind of doing this from a perspective of a potential Harris administration. We can be very honest. The Biden administration has been a disappointment. I say this as somebody who's worked for then Vice President Biden. I think we have a set of policymakers that are out of touch with crypto, and the wrong people are being heard at the White House. And that's just reality. Like, let's admit that up front. That being said, we have to realize the vice president is not setting policy. This is a position that is reflective and designed to support the president. So a Harris administration has a ton of actors that I think would be very supportive of crypto. And we have to keep in mind that Vice President Harris at one point represented California, was very in touch with Silicon Valley, and understands innovation as being the lifeblood of our state's economy.
Where in anything that Comrade Kamala has done, would he believe, where in anything that she's done or said, would he believe that now she's just going to all of a sudden be pro-crypto? You want me to tell you who's running the show? Elizabeth Warren is running the show, so now's a good time to mention to you that John Deaton, tomorrow is his primary. He's going to go live on his X account, and we're going to watch John seal the Republican nomination, and then you're going to get to see him go head-to-head with Elizabeth Warren. You talk about exciting. This will be exciting. But Elizabeth Warren is who needs to be taken out in this election, okay? Because Elizabeth Warren is the one that is in charge of Operation Choke Point 2.0. She's the one that's been putting the people at the White House, same people that guy's referencing. She's the one, and she's the one that's got Gary to continue to file his lawsuits and all this stuff. You take her out, and you take out Operation Choke Point 2.0, and I do mean take her out at the polls. I don't mean anything other than that. Okay, you got to be careful with what you say this day and time. Okay, check this out. Black Swan capitalists. Listen to what this guy said. Here they say he's right. They want you focused on Bitcoin while governments and financial institutions quietly integrate XRP into their systems to manage all their debts and tokenized assets. The partnerships are out in the open, but the narrative keeps selling the lie of Bitcoin.
None of this makes sense on the surface. And when something doesn't make sense on the surface, there's usually a good reason why the designers of this currency don't want it to make sense on the purpose. So we can look at the details of what they say. They say it's to facilitate BRICS trade. Well, again, trade channels, they say the key highlight is that it's the gateway for the BRICS trade. But again, who owns and manages this new currency? Will it only be government officials that manage it, or what I suspect is private individuals who set up this fund on a consignment from the government, acting on their own, and the government has to leave the management to these non-government officials. None of this makes sense on the surface.
Okay. All right. Check this out. On the left, we have the great financial crisis of 2008, which would be right here. On the right, we have what the F do we call this? This is unrealized gains or losses on investment securities. This is what they were showing in 2008. This is what they're showing now into 2024. That looks like a recipe for a disaster. So does this. SEC warns FTX against paying creditors back in stable coins or other crypto. This could be a big problem because, as we know, the Solana pump gang, VC Solana pump gang, they've been doing their best to pump Solana for the last year, for the last 6 months anyway. In coordination, they've all been trying to make sure everybody thinks Solana's the next thing, even with all its defects. Mike Duda says on Friday, the SEC essentially told the FTX estate that paying creditors with stablecoins might expose them to legal liability. The crypto reset continues its very smooth move forward. And then you got this from Zero Hedge. Oops, this is scary. Solana on-chain volume has hit all-time lows. Even at $12, Solana had more daily on-chain volume. What happened? They may be done trying to pump it. That may be what it is. We don't know. Lark Davis is correct. A perfect storm is brewing for the crypto market right now. Here's why. We're just 16 days away from potential rate cuts. The U.S. elections are just 65 days away. FTX is about to redistribute $16 billion in cash to crypto degens Q4. Gold's price is an all-time high. Global M2 money supply is rising. Total market cap of stablecoins is at an all-time high. Fresh liquidity is entering the market. After months of waiting, we're finally getting close to a massive rally, and F me, we deserve it. Don't give up now. I agree with him. Don't give up now. Look at this this is from Tranglo. Ripple aims to aid SMEs by streamlining and simplifying international payments through innovative solutions. And they did a hashtag XRP, almost as if XRP is also involved. Here's Charles, they did a cringe alert. Charles Hoskinson says that his Cardano hard fork today is like the American Revolution.
It's never been that case in human history, which means what we have embarked upon here today, and for this industry, and for the world as a whole, is a governance experiment that, if successful, will be as meaningful, in my view, as the American Revolution was to the world in the 18th century. It seems preposterous, but what we are doing is taking back our money, our voice, our identity, our data, and we are building the tools of democracy. We are building the tools of accountability in real time, in public. No kings, no leaders, no beneficent dictators, all as equals.
Can you say God complex? Okay, I'm going to skip that for now. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into DAIXRP.com. And here's what we're going to talk about. The cover-up, we're going to go into more of the cover-up, which is continuing. We've also got unreleased footage that just came out this morning. I just saw it. And I'm going to show you that. And I'm also, there's one question, the attempt on X47 that we can't talk about out here. There's one obvious, blaring question that not many are asking, but I'm going to show you a guy who asks the question that nobody's asking about that day. And it's a very, very telling point he's making to me. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Away we go.